and it's always a big problem for any coach. You understand? It's always good not to have too much star in your team. You understand? You won't be facing too much problem because selection is the major problem of any coach. When you have too much star, they always say too much of everything is always dangerous. That's the says. When you have too much star in your team, it's always going to be a problem. That's what sometimes Brazilian team they are for now. So what am I still now saying? General was saying that now he's now facing with the problem of selection because now those more agile players that he has gotten in his team now they have come to stay. Now he's now having all those other players that he has been using before coming back from injury now. Now how does he now combine the two? How does he do it that he won't be making the mistake? Now it's a good plus to Nigeria that all our injured players are coming back now. That's why when we were talking about the Tammy Abraham and the other guy, I was talking that do we need to be searching for players again? We already gotten enough we need in our team, but never say never. It's all about this talent. But now please let me just come into. But now since our injured players are not coming, it's now left for Roa to go and sit down, go to the round, go on his own as a coach. That's why technicality and the talent of each coach always come in. Goes and sit down. Look at the quality of all these players individually. Look at what you need. This is all about when you have like 3 or 4 players in a position. You understand? You now look at your style. Every coach has different style of playing. You have your pattern, and not every players work for your pattern. So now look at all these players. See the style and culture of the Nigerian team. Then which of these players fitting best to your culture and style. So I think that's what he needs to do now. Not until we have match, because that's what one of our coaches. It's only when we now have match, when they get to the stadium, they now start selecting the wrong players for the team.
Okay, what Tavik just said now reminds me of an adage that says too much cook spoils the broth. When you have too much stars, many stars in your team, you may have selection problems. You agree with that?
Maybe I won't agree with that. Let me say, the team of France, of the French national team in 1998, was 23 men full of stars, from Desailly to Zinedine Zidane to Vuitton to Pires to Thierry Henry to David Trezeguet. I can go on to Fabian Barthez to Coupé, who was actually the first choice goalkeeper of a team, and Fabian Barthez was also the first choice goalkeeper in another team. Look at the Belgium national team today. They have arrays of stars. Even the Benteke, the Batshuayi, the Lukaku. I can go on and mention Eden Hazard, Torgan Hazard. See, having a lot of players who are not mediocre is actually so good. But Tavik made mention of one thing which is very important, is the fact that the coach has to ask himself, what kind of players do I need? Some players are in the national team that I believe that they have no business coming into that team. One of them is our long director, our rich friend.
No.
Just last week we talked to him Are you saying we should not invite him?
I am not part of the technical crew, but I think that guy has no business.
But assuming you are the coach of
but my personal belief about the guy is that every dog has its own day. So the guy, if the guy is not good, he won't get to that level.
Let's wait till we start playing Seychelles and like. But when we have serious matches, let's be sincere with ourselves. The guy came, announced himself to Nigeria with a bang. Remember, he scored the first minute and the only goal of that match against Egypt and route to African Cup of Nations. And of course, we thought, we've seen another striker who will be challenging or taking over from Odion Judy Gallo, but we never knew that it was Victor Osimhen, who God has already been preparing instead of Paul Onuachu. Actually, the 3 players that you mentioned, they are part and parcel of this national team. Remember, Samuel Kalu will have actually steered a lot, even though because of the injury and exhaustion experience at Egypt before the Nations Cup. Then Omeru has always been a mainstay in our defense line. The guy has actually struggled with bad form in the past, but he has struggled. In fact, he's one of the most experienced persons in that team. Remember, he won the 2013 African Cup of Nations, pocketing Aristo Banse and Didier Drogba en route to winning it, and Sunday over the likes. And the third guy, Olaino, who has actually been a player who can play similar roles, right fullback, left fullback, central defender. This guy has actually trained, and the fact that he has put the disappointment of 2018 World Cup missing out in that squad behind him as a massive. So it's good news altogether. Like I said, good news altogether. But generally, to sit down, I want to agree with Tafik on one, that some players are not needed in this national team. One of such, if you ask me, we don't need for the match.
All right, so much to talk about Nigeria Super Eagles, but we got to leave then. And let's talk Nigeria Golden Eagles. They are preparing for the FIFA under 17 World Cup in Brazil. Five-time champions, and of course, their last friendly game was against South Korea. They defeated the Koreans by 4 goals to 2. And they will have another match against Japanese, and we understand that the Golden Eagles last friendly ahead of their World Cup opener against Hungary on Saturday, October 26th, will still go ahead as planned. That is the game against Japan. Head coach Mangarba has expressed doubt on the game because of distance traveling to the match venue. However, the Japanese team arrived in Sao Paulo on Thursday, October 17th, to begin their final phase of preparation of FIFA Under 17 World Cup. Both Nigeria and Japan have confirmed that the friendly match will kick off by 15 hours Brazilian time, that is today, which is about 19 hours in Nigeria. The Golden Eagles lost 2-1 to Sao Paulo U team, and of course they defeated South Korea by 4 goals to 2. The 5-time world champions will face Ecuador. They will still play in their group. They will still play Australia. And of course, they will take on Hungary. And of course, talking of the 2 matches played, 3 matches, they played 2 matches so far.
Yeah, they want to do.
They lost against Sao Paulo. So, okay, let's consider that game. Let's say they played against an opposition from Brazil, precisely South America. And of course, they have a South American team in that group. We have Ecuador. And they played against South Korea from Asia. And of course, they will play against another Asian team today. That is Japan. When we don't have Asians in our team, in our group.
You see, if you are actually going to play far in a competition like this, have to consider every strength. Remember, these guys has been together for a while. Play a couple of friendlies against some club side, even from Europe that I know of. And of course, they've been able to test themselves. I think whether we play against South Korea or South America or whoever we play, it wouldn't matter when the real competition comes home. If we can actually stand our own time, especially when it comes to the real test of supremacy among the boys, and which of course is so big for us, considering Nigeria is the record holder when it comes to winning this tournament. But I have a problem with the team selection. I must say, it looks like Manu Garba has not learned from past. The last time he led the under-20 to Africa to World Cup, same mistake. Last World Cup too, the Women World Cup, early this year, Thomas Denevi, same mistake. You are going to tournament, 21-man squad. You are going there with just 5 defenders, 5 players who can play defense, and you are going with 9 attackers. Thomas Denevi went to that World Cup with 11 strikers and 5 defenders. And when one of them got injured, the other one got a red card. The team collapsed. And I think defense is the basis of good football. Even the attacking-minded Pep Guardiola, yesterday when he had no option, had to play two defensive midfielders as central defenders, and it worked. You know why? You know why it worked? Because those guys are defensive-minded persons, and they have been playing. They are professionals. They are not on as same boys. It's something that we keep making same mistake. There is no way. Maximum, you play a 4-4-2 formation, a 4-3-3 formation. I don't think in modern day football you've ever seen somebody play a 4-1-5 formation, 1 midfielder and 5 attackers, because eventually, like you said, too many could score the goals eventually. Yeah, let us be sincere with ourselves, because everybody will be looking to score a goal. And I keep asking myself, when I saw this same mistake, Manugaba did it with the set of Kelechi Iheanacho when they were going to on the 20 World Cup, and that destroyed some of those boys till now. Kelechi Iheanacho came after Iheanacho said Isaac Success and the like. Yeah, those guys now, because they were all focused on. Same thing happened at the last Women World Cup. We saw it happen. Nigeria needed to escape through the back door to get to the round of 16, and we were comprehensively beaten by the German. So it is happening again now. So I won't be surprised. See, under 17 is something that Nigeria, when it comes to age grade tournament, it's something that Nigeria just go there and stamp their authority. We may just not have it again.
Okay, the question remains why do we have to play why do we have to play more friendly matches with Asian teams? When you have Asian teams,
I think because Nigeria is playing on Asian soil, and don't forget
they are playing in South America this time around. The FIFA Under-17 World Cup
is in Brazil.
Brazil, yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe because Nigeria was like let me rephrase what I said. Nigeria, because Nigerians have a love for Asians. Remember, every Under-17 tournament has been hosted on Asian continent has been won by Nigeria.
So in China.
So it looks like that's what is in their mind. Maybe they've seen that they have this good luck charm with the Asian continent.
Okay.
Maybe, just maybe.
Okay, from Taufik, when you have a team as a coach, which department should dominate a squad? Is it the defense, the midfield, or attack? Or it depends on the technical ability of such coach, or what the coach needs from the team?
I love the question you just asked me, because when he was talking, I was about to start from where he left. But, as a coach, you understand, there are many things coach sees that those people around him may not see. Normally coaches, when you have to select from the bunch of gathering of players in your camp, you always have many problems. But an intelligent coach always look for something in players. What do I mean? Just look for the type of player like Gabalawa. He's an utility player. Yes, they can play from anywhere, converted. So if a coach has to select, you look for at least, if you have to select like 21 players, you must look for almost 10 utility players that can be comfortable. You understand? That's why when you are seeing that a list of players going for a competition is being pronounced, some people just concluded that we have number of attackers, No. You can't just conclude that because they have been playing consistently, and the coach has seen them. Coach has been able to conclude on some of the players that this one, if chips are down, can be converted to another position on the field. So I think that's what Gabalawa has done. Yes, maybe until they start the game. If you not find out that just like going to happen to Martinelli, that he was unable to convert anybody when we have friend in the defense. That one is it. Another one I want to say about playing against all these Asian countries. Sometimes as a coach, when you have competition ahead of you and start naming the friendly match you have to play, it's not what people see that you see. There are friendly matches you play that are not meant to test your opponent. They are meant to test your players. There are friendly matches you play that are meant to test the type of ground you want to play. It doesn't mean anything you play against that time. There are matches you play that you want to test the caliber of the players in the other team.
You consider the opponent, the opposition you may meet during the knockout stages.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Maybe Gabalawa, because I'm not seeing them playing friendly match for the competition's sake at this time. It's very close. They don't need to play like that. They should have done that one very far.
Just to keep the players
fit and know their style. No players change. No player is capable of remaining the same. You understand? Player change. So what am I saying? You just want to test them before the game. So in playing against Asian opponent, it doesn't have anything to do with competition.
Okay, Taufik, in a simple word, what should we be expecting come 2019 FIFA World Cup? Are we winning our 6th title in Brazil? Just simple word.
Actually, I saw the guys going far because I've seen the guy play.
So what should we be expecting? Are you coming back with the trophy?
Okay, let me just say they are going to go far. Even
as far
almost
as
semi-finals and final. I tip them for semi-final and final.
Semi-final, final from Tunisia.
Well,
how far do you think
I've not seen them play, but the fact that I've seen them play at the African Cup of Nations, which of course, but 10 of those players
in Africa here.
10 of those players that played in the African Cup of Nations have been dropped
yes.
and are not going to make it to the Nations Cup. So if the lapses I saw at the Nations Cup are corrected, maybe we could get as far as the semi-finals.
All right, away from home, let's go to foreign shores and give you the result of matches played in some European league. Yesterday, we take on